This next guest is a major heavy hitter and someone who had a tremendous influence on our lives. Dr. Sienna Greener-Wooten has been with us before on the show, although not enough. It's hard to get her to be on the show because she's so busy, but she is incredible. Dr. Granpeesheh, what would you like to say to Dr. Greener-Wooten as we welcome her?
So I always I always tell people this story because I remember so clearly. We used to have a small building in Woodland Hills, and the kind of the offices were upstairs and the clinics were downstairs. And one day I went downstairs and I was doing some sort of clinic or meeting with patients, and then I saw a therapist working with a child, and I was just amazed. You know, like when you see a therapist and you're like, okay, everything about that interaction was perfect. Like, this is a very talented clinician. And I went upstairs thinking, wow, I can't believe the quality of people we have here. That's amazing. And of course, I didn't even know the therapist at that time, right? We had a couple of maybe around 1,000 therapists nationwide at that point. And later on, of course, I realized that it was Sienna. I asked, who was that therapist downstairs? And it was Sienna. And I want her to tell us her journey because, you know, she is an example of all the things you can do while you're working. And Sienna began as a behavior therapist and then, of course, got her bachelor's, master's, doctorate in ABA and is now a huge part of CARD's quality control. So let's bring her on, Shannon.
Hi.
Hello, there you are. Your camera is a little out of focus. I don't know if we can do anything about that or if that's because you are in the wonderful state of Hawaii.
It might be. At least we don't have weird weather today, so I'm not sure.
Yeah,
On my end, it's fine.
it looks fine. It's great to have you with us. I think Traven is doing some magic on the
Thank
camera.
you.
Welcome,
Okay.
welcome, welcome. So thrilled to have you here. And I want to hear your story of how you began too, because I don't know any of that. I just know the miracles you made happen for us.
Sure. I had just graduated undergrad. Not really knowing my next step was. I was a psych major. So I knew I wanted to work with kids, and I had worked with individuals with autism in the past. And Pepperdine had their career center had this book of like open positions. So I'm flipping through it and I see this position as a therapist working with individuals with autism. And I thought, there's no way I'm going to get that job. Like, they've got to, looking for somebody who's way more qualified than I am. So that's my dream job. If I could do that for the rest of my life, I would be just so incredibly lucky. So I went to my interview at that same office in Woodland Hills, and Kathy Visconde did my interview, and I still remember it. I remember saying that she was watching me come walk up from the parking lot, thinking, what's this girl going to be like? Walk up from the parking, come in for the interview, and of course got the job. Loved every minute of everything I did right from the start. There was one point, maybe about 6 months in, that somebody, so I worked in schools with a lot of our families, and somebody applied as a teacher. They said, you're really good at this. Do you want to come and work at this school and be a teacher? And I thought at that point, like, here's the path, like, what am I going to decide to do? And I obviously stayed doing what I was doing, stayed with CARD. Around that time was when CARD offered the master's program with the University of Nevada at Reno. So I made the decision that this is what I love. These are people that I love. These, are the families that I love. And I feel at home And I love everything about what I do all of the time. And 20 something, 20 later, I still feel the same. So, I went through and got my master's, got my doctorate, and moved through tons of clinical positions at CARD. There's certainly some that was more passionate about than others, but I think at every step of the way, what was important to me was making things better and better and better. You do the best that you can in the moment, and then you look back on it later and think, wow, I wish I knew then what I know now. So I'm in a position now where I can continue to try and make things better and better and better, not just for the families that I work with, everybody at CARD, all of the families at CARD. And that still makes me feel incredibly lucky. From the very first moment I started, I just felt lucky. And I still do. So in a nutshell, that's been my journey.
It's kind of hilarious because it keeps pixelating your face, so it looks like you're part of the witness protection program. that we're having to hide you, that we don't know who you are, and yet you've made such a tremendous impact on CARD. I just want to say this, Dr. Granpeesheh, and then I know you have stuff to say to her, but Dr. Greener-Wooten is the person who did the intake for my son. She's the first person that we saw at CARD. She scared the bejesus out of me. Let me just tell you, it's so, I'm still a little afraid of her, let's be honest here. And she's one of the nicest people on the face of the planet. But, you when you're working, she has her hair back in this sort of severe bun. And I remember you had high heels on that I couldn't have walked 2 inches on, but you were in this very professional, outfit. And you were like, look, this is how this is going to be. And I was frightened, but I was hopeful. And I like for the next year, I worked very hard just not to make you mad at me. Like that was like my mantra. Do everything that she asked you to do, because don't make her mad at you, because all the things come from her. She's like, because you were the head of the clinic that we were at, and I wanted to not get on your bad side. But then, as the years went on, I got a little pushier too. And all I thought was, she must hate me. She must really want to get rid of me. And even now, sometimes I'll be sitting with you at a meeting, not in COVID, and I'll say something to you like, I can't believe I'm sitting here working next to you. It says I'm still in awe. So that's me. Dr. Granpeesheh, talk to her.
Oh gosh, there's so many things I want to say about Sienna and to Sienna. So starting from Sienna, if I'm not wrong, you also, Shannon, are you hearing this echo too, or is it just me? Oh, it's a little better now. Sienna, you
a little bit of feedback, but Traven's gonna work on that.
That sounds good. Sienna, you were also in the Middle East, if I remember correct. Did you go out there for a while?
I did.
Yeah. So we worked together on that case out in the Middle East for a little while as well. And, Sienna was probably, I want to say, when we went into our new model of kind of starting to open clinics and expanding, I would say probably my favorite of the supervisors who were in charge of a clinic, and that was our clinic, which was kind of connected to our headquarters, but it was amazing. And Sienna, of course, I personally hold Sienna responsible for also the quality of some of the other amazing people who came out of that particular clinic, such as Vardui and Susie and Sabrina even, and all of these amazing people that worked under Sienna and learned from Sienna. And I also want to say, let's not forget that Sienna also was a big part of our research department and has been and continues to be one of our best writers. And she has presented for CARD multiple times at the ABAI conferences and has done a lot of publications with CARD, continues to this day to be the person that writes a lot of our policies, both for quality in our clinical care. She was the first person who develops the quality assurance department, and actually did a whole protocol of dropping in on supervisors and seeing. I can see you tearing up, Shannon. So get that tissue box out. And she's the one that would set up the entire procedure that we still have right now, which is how we oversee our supervisors, how we make sure they're providing quality care. And then, of course, you also, it's amazing, as we are interviewing before you, we had Deidre and Sue today. We all, of course, Shannon, the other wonderful thing about the seniors is that they all know each other and we all are good friends. But you know what I'm coming to realize, Sienna, is that one of the amazing things that you all have in common is your undying passion for this field and for these children and families, regardless of all the obstacles that have come in our path, whether it's a obstacle from parents or from payers or from schools or just internally at CARD or whatever, or personal life, whatever they were, you guys just persisted and continue to do this thing, which is so unbelievably valuable and impactful in the world. And you talk about like the way Shannon asked earlier, like you have here and there, we have specific children, like Jem is a great example, where we've changed their lives and how important they are. Just think of the number of children that you've helped over the years. It's incredible to me. And I just want to thank you. I love you very much. I miss you. I cannot wait to come and visit you. Of course, Sienna lives in Maui, so everybody always wants to go and visit her, but I miss you.
Yeah, I think I need to go. I think I need to go to Hawaii because I need to film things with Sienna.
There you go. But I have the privilege and joy that I still to this day get to work with Sienna. She's one of the few people that we still interact, and we're writing a bunch of stuff together for CARD. So that is a lovely thing for me. And thank you, Sienna. I can't thank you enough for everything you've done and continue to do, not just for the kids and families, but for CARD. You really are one of the reasons that CARD has this incredible brand and reputation. You continue to make it better. Thank you so much.
And I just want to say, if I can, without sobbing all over you, because I'm really having a hard time. But just when Dr. Granpeesheh was going through all of that stuff, and I was having a moment where I realized, I've tried many times to thank you, Dr. Greener-Wooten, because of what you did for us and what you did for Jem and how grateful I am. But I'm like at the very basic level, I'm a mom, and sometimes we need to be selfish for our kids, and I've been selfish in my gratitude for you, thinking about what you did for us. But when she was listing off all the things that you've done over the years, and I was thinking about all the moms that are out there that are thanking your existence, it just, and when I think about what it's meant for us, I know that we would not have had the progress we had with Jem if your watchful eye hadn't been there. And there were so many times that you made a difference, swooped in and made a difference with our team. I have to mop down, but it's embarrassing there. But just thank you. There are no words. There aren't enough shoes in the world to thank you. But thank you every day that we have with Jem and all the things that he gets to do as he gets ready to go off to college. Thank you, sincerely.
Oh, you're very welcome. It has been my pleasure to do everything and help everyone and be able to such amazing people who are my family. So thank you right back.
We love you. Enjoy
we
the
do
rest
love
of
you.
April, and like I said, hopefully Shannon and I will both come visit you later this year sometime.
Yeah,
that'd be great.
Please.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching Autism Live. If you found anything helpful in this video, please give us a like. In fact, make sure that you smash that subscribe button on YouTube and give us a like on Facebook. You can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram for important updates. And please download our free podcast wherever you get your podcasts. See you next time. Until then, give your kiddos a hug from me and one for you too. Bye-bye for now. To subscribe, click here. And if you'd like to check out some more of our videos, click here.